All right, agreeableness of the big five personality traits. Here's my score. I am very low. And this is a primary dimension of interpersonal interaction in the big five personality trait scientific model. So I am disagreeable instead of agreeable. What does that mean? And let me hop down here to the next paragraph here. People high in agreeableness are nice, which is compliant, nurturing, kind, naively trusting, and conciliatory. However, because of their tendency to avoid conflict, they often dissemble and hide what they think. So they basically lie about their true feelings, either through omission or avoidance. People low in agreeableness, like me, are not so nice. They're stubborn, dominant, harsh, skeptical, competitive, and, in the extreme, even predatory. However, they tend to be straightforward or even blunt, so you know where they stand. They tell the truth, no matter how much it hurts. So there's good and bad in this, right? There's good in that if you're an agreeable person, you are relationally aware, typically. You are kind, nice, as they mentioned, right? You want to get along with other people. If you're on the disagreeable side, those things don't matter that much to you. And here's the other kicker here, too. If you're like on the first 30% or the last 30% from 60 to 90 or 70 to 100, you don't understand the other side's perspective at all, right? So if I'm disagreeable. My agreeableness is fourth percentile. That makes me disagreeable. My wife is 90, like 96, right? The opposite of me. We come at interpersonal things from a completely different perspective. She wants unity. I want the truth. She wants to be nice. I just want to get stuff done. And it really creates an inherent conflict because me being me is mean. Her being her, she's a liar from my perspective, right? So we actually have to look at this type of a thing and say, well, what's the good side and what's the bad side, right? The good side for me, being disagreeable, is I'll tell you the truth, and I don't care, I just let the chips fall where they may. But that's not nice. That can feel extremely mean and harsh and critical and judgmental, right? But it is the truth as I see it. And I'll tell you, and you know exactly where you stand with me. On the other hand, what's good about like my wife's perspective is she's able to build community and relationship with other people. She's able to listen well. She's gentle and warm, whereas I can be hard and cold. Now, and how do we come together? Well, I have to stop being so pushy. She needs to learn to push back a little bit, right? She needs to tell the truth, and I need to recognize when the full truth, the unvarnished truth, the blunt truth isn't necessary and isn't helpful for the relationship. And that's not a simple task, by the way. Understanding that stuff is not simple whatsoever, okay? Right, so underneath it here, so I'm the fourth percentile. 4 people are going to be more disagreeable than I am, but 95 people are going to be more agreeable than me. And that's like, I'm the weird one here. If I score that far to the left on that scale, I'm the strange one that needs to become more normal, okay? Let me read this. People with very low levels of agreeableness are seen by others as markedly competitive, colder, tougher, and very much less empathetic. They do not easily see the best in others and are not particularly tolerant, an attitude that is much valued by agreeable people. They are very much less concerned with the emotional state of others, are uncommonly willing to engage in conflict, and will happily sacrifice peace and harmony to make a point, or, if conscientious, to get things done. People may find them painfully straightforward and blunt. So, and I'll tell you, from my own perspective, all that's true. I have to be very careful of all those things. And the neat thing about personality is it doesn't make your choices for you. It shows you the trends or the tendencies of your behaviors. I tend to be these things. Intolerant. Totally willing to engage in conflict. So if I want to be nice, if I want to engage, I need to be aware of these things, and I need to recognize when I'm doing these things out in the world, when I'm in conflict with my wife. Now, it's really helpful if she will come up and say, you're being a jerk. Bluntly, right? That's speaking my language because I'm disagreeable. Problem is, that's not speaking her language at all. That's way outside of her box. It's much easier for her to say, you're making me uncomfortable, or just to clam up all together and leave, which isn't helpful. So anyway, I'm going to stop there for now. That's my general, that's agreeableness as a major trait. And there's more on here too. People with very low levels of agreeableness not easily forgive. They're not accepting, flexible, gentle, or patient. They don't easily feel pity for those who are excluded, punished, or defeated, and tend to attribute such problems to weakness. Sorry, this information is generally pretty true. So, yeah, be aware.